That's a little unsettling. Can you see the game in the, screen capture? Yeah, there we go. Now it's showing. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't. Just freaking me out and make me think it wasn't working. But yeah, hi, we're back, and you can actually see my face now. So we're gonna try and wrap it up today, hopefully. It depends on how long it takes, but I think it'll probably be about 4 more hours, because I think I got about halfway through last time, so let's just get into the game now. Hang on, I need to set up my overlay for chat. Continue. The music should be off because I turned it off last time, so I think it's fine. Yeah, my VOD from yesterday the audio got muted in some places, which is weird because it wasn't the entire thing, it was just little sections, so I don't know what that was about. You'd think if it was the background music, the entire thing would have been muted. Also, I was pretty sure that the music for this game was just for the game, so it wouldn't be copyright, but whatever. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off. But it's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept. But you need to handle it carefully. That is weird. Copyright laws are applied with wild inconsistency. Oh yeah, definitely, I know that. And gracefully. I know. Hey, Gala! Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Fae was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Sorry, I've got this annoying ass hangnail. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Fae for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Okay. Remember, it has tea and ginger, but not coffee. Okay. So maybe lemon or honey or cinnamon? I can't remember what I tried last time. I don't know. Let's check this super quick. Hendry. Right, this is Rachel's dad. Birthday, May 23rd. Okay. So we got tea, ginger. I can't remember what I tried last time. I might have tried cinnamon or honey. I don't remember. Lemon? Sure, why not? Sure, let's try serving it. Is this it? How is it? Nope. What do you mean the drink doesn't follow your guidelines? It has ginger and tea in it. This drink doesn't even follow my guidelines. Far from it. Oh my, pardon me for the mistake. Never mind. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You're done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya, but true. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. I don't know if I buy that. Being kind is acting kind, not just whatever you're referring to. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. It applies to you as well. Aw, come on. Kinda true. Oh, it's this guy. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Heya. How you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Faye was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. You can't be a writer if you can't handle any constructive criticism. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far, but instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. So like one of those like gossip magazine quizzes where like you get like you have to like tally up your score and then you end up with like a certain result based on like what your answers are, or you pick like you have to pick between like A, B, and C, and if you get like mostly A's or B's or whatever, you get like a certain result. That's what that sounds like. What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. Yeah, kinda. I know, it's not that original. My target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. Well, let's hope you have good marketing then. It sounds interesting. And highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. That's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright, alright. As Faye said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Oh, that reminds me. I looked up how to make masala chai in this game, and apparently it's ginger cinnamon tea, which is, as Sarah mentioned, bullshit, because you need the milk to sweeten it. You can't make it with like 3 ingredients, but this game wants you to make it with 3 ingredients. So it's not, I still maintain that like my guess of like tea, I think it was cinnamon and milk, or maybe tea, ginger, and milk, was a better option, because like at least I wasn't trying to ditch the milk. But yeah, that's just, it's ridiculous. Anyways, ginger latte if you know how to make it. Alright. A ginger latte is probably coffee, milk, and ginger, right? Hang on, let me look at my phone. Yeah, a cafe latte is coffee, milk, milk. Yeah, okay. Let's try it. Coffee, milk, and ginger. Let's try this. Nah, that's milk ginger coffee. Maybe I should have put the ginger before the milk. I'm gonna trash it. Coffee, ginger, milk. There we go, ginger latte. Here you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. I just got a drink making skill. I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. What we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Bailey's? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in, you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in I've finished the job. Yeah, I assume that's what he meant. I spent the past few days making sure. It's even done before the deadline. Wow, look at you. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finished your job by bullshitting her. The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Well, it's good that you can do that. Oh. Like, you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh boy. Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Yeah, of course you were. You definitely give me the vibes of a douchebag. I was correct about the douchebag vibes. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. He's still a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay? Let's call him Kognek. Kognek has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not that complicated. Got it. She was one of the hardest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you want to date. Why? I don't want to get into details, but you kind of already did, but okay. But the succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. Of course they did. She was a player too. Huh. That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua's my friend's girl. Holy moly. This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue. It's the evil green backpack guy again. Yeah, and he just keeps getting worse. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much. But I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Oof. Ooh. Holy mother of moly. I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. And without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. Oh my god, he's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Jesus. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. Oh, classic. We grew closer after that. And I don't even remember the exact date. But suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her, by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. Spilling the tea at a coffee shop. Yeah, literally. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. About your family stuff. Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have done that. And then this guy Hyde joined the conversation for no fucking reason. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval. Considering, what? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or should I say, most elfin families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO, Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something else would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me they'd never be rich or successful. So there's something about this that I don't like. There's something about this that's giving me bad vibes. I think it's because, this story is, this naturalization of, the behavior of certain groups of people who often, pressure their kids to, only get certain jobs or be a certain way, or, trying to achieve, prestige and status, and are hyper worried about image, often rich people, or sometimes certain immigrant families who are misguidedly trying to follow like this certain like idea of like the American dream and success and like, you know, making something of yourself in a society that doesn't like, and in like a society, particularly in a country that doesn't like value you and discriminates against you. But that's like a completely different situation, and like it's a cultural phenomenon that comes from like things like colonialism, imperialism, racism, and all of that, like in capitalism, like all mixed in together to create these circumstances. And like, and if you think about like the behavior of certain like families who care about this stuff because they're rich and they have like, you know, old money or whatever, and they want to maintain like a certain kind of image and reputation, it's about holding on to their money, essentially, fundamentally, and also like, yeah, basically everything that benefits them, which is usually surrounding and upheld by capitalism. It's not, but this like, it naturalizes this, like it naturalizes it, and it like flatlines it, and it makes it like this idea that like all elves are like this, all elven families are like this. That's not like that's not really fair or true, because like no, like, oh, it isn't like, you know what I mean? Like it's weird to like try and like essentially like naturalize certain behaviors and make it like just a part of like race as we're describing it in this particular society where like different like non-human species exist. So if there was an elf-only society, who would be picking up garbage and such? Yeah, literally. Like, it doesn't make sense for like this to be like a biological thing, or like a thing that is present in like this particular you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, I keep losing my train of thought, but it's like, it doesn't make any sense to attribute it to like like just a general like species in this context, because that just doesn't make any sense. And it's also not how like society works, you know? Yeah, the elves sound like they're this like the stereotype of Asian families. Tiger mom's family honor about all getting an A is not enough if you could have gotten an A+, that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's sort of what I was getting at. And like, the thing about that is, like you said, like it's like a stereotype. Like not every Asian family is like that, and even if there are Asian families like that, it usually comes from like the fact that like, based on what I've heard, and particularly like conversations that I've had with particularly conversations that I've had with Sarah, it's about this like buying into this idea of like success under the American dream, and also like immigrating to like a certain country, like usually like the US, in search of what people call a so-called better life, i.e. under capitalism. And the reason that happens is usually because of imperialism and colonialism. Like if you can't achieve certain opportunities if you can't achieve certain opportunities like in your home country and you have to leave, it's usually because of imperialism. And like all of that stuff doesn't really take into all of that nuance usually doesn't get taken into account with like media stuff, particularly written by white people. These things are attributed to Asian culture by people who don't get that these things are mainly centered on well-off people. Yeah, exactly. And it's also like very heavily like centered around class, and these things are heavily like, yeah, like contextual and conditional, like surrounding like your class background. Upper class British think the same thing, for example. Yeah, that's what I was all kind of talking about. And working class jobs are almost automatically considered to be degrading or low skilled somehow. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's not like a particular cultural thing. It's like, it's class based, and it's also like rooted in like I said, imperialism and racism and colonialism, and all of that is seeped into capitalism and comes from capitalism. Like, to naturalize this in this particular way, the way this story is being told, like, maybe that's not what they're trying to do, but it's like, it's not great, because that's very, like, it flatlines these things, and it's just, and, you know, like, I don't know why I can't say words today, but it's just, it seeps all of the contextual, like, nuance out of these things, you know? And we were also talking about, like, the problematic nature of fantasy racism last stream, too. So, like, I am not going to get into it again, but yeah. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about her kind as ruining the country. Accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Yeah, no shit. I love how she's like, I don't want to sound judgmental. It's like, go ahead, sound judgmental. Like, let's be honest here. Yes, the executive class and the rich class can afford to be pickier and somehow think that they deserve these things because they're inherently better people instead of just having more money than others. Yeah. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. And I also don't like this trope too, like this trope of like the rich person who comes from like this suffocating family with these like horrible expectations of how you're supposed to be, and then like you meet this like, it's often like a lower class like person. What are you talking about, Steve? Oh, because you wrote untie instead of unite. Yeah, you workers of the world untie. Great, wonderful. I was saying, like, what was I saying? Like, often, like, falls in love with this person who's often, like, lower class or considered, like, working class or, like, poor or whatever. Sometimes also a person of color. Like, you see that trope with young royals, for example. And they, like, open their mind to this, like, way of being, like, happy and free from expectations and, like, you know? And it's, like, it's problematic because it's, like, working class people don't exist to, like, shake things up for rich people and, like, free them from expectation and, like, make their, like, strict, like, suffocating lives better and happier and, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just a problematic trope. And, like, I'm not the only one who's talked about this. People have talked about it before. It's, like, because of what I just said, and also because, it makes it seem like it's inherently better to be working class because you're happy and free, and it's like, you're not very free when you're poor. Like, not having money restricts you and suffocates you, and poverty makes you inherently unhappy because you're living in poverty, like, and it, like, kind of takes away from the reality of that situation. So yeah, it's problematic. So the better way is socialism, absolutely. Workers of the world, unite. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. Well, you know, because losing your family is hard and sad, and, like, yeah, they absolutely suck, and, like, there's no way. You've tried to talk to them, and there's no way they're coming around, and sometimes you gotta give up. But I think, like, it's sad, the idea of cutting yourself off. Like, that's just sad. Even if it's necessary, it's still sad. I just don't get it. I have no problem with leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Well, that's what everyone does in this stupid coffee shop, so why not? Like, please, it's a group discussion. Everyone share their opinions. That's just what we're doing. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. Yeah, and this is like invoking what I was talking about like the previous stream with like collectivist cultures having like a very strong focus on family and not giving up on your family for like cultural reasons. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I mean, that's not really like their responsibility or his responsibility. Like, I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. If you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. Yeah, that's true. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. Yeah, but like, what if it doesn't work out? Then you have no one. Like, see, this is the thing about like, yeah, anyways. I feel like I've said my piece already. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. Yeah, see, you can say that, but like, and you can plan to be, but like, you don't know what the future holds. You don't know if you're going to be together forever. You can't, like, assume that. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone. That's true. Love is a practice, people. Love isn't just a feeling, love is a practice. To quote Sarah. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. That's deeply concerning and unhealthy. You shouldn't just have each other. You need other things. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Really? So, like, immortality is a thing you can lose? That's weird. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. Shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've gotta go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've gotta go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Fae. And Freya. Bye. I'll check my connection. Make sure it's good. Yep, we're good. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. That's actually true. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Sounds like a great idea. Midsummer Night's Dream. Interesting. I mean, it's a nighttime coffee shop, so I'm assuming all night, or at least until they close. Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. So I guess we take Mondays off. Who vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedatives illegally? Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Jesus. Hang on. Give me a minute. Let's add to my thing. Bailey's. Favorite things, punk. Been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad. What I'm doing with my life, escaping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo exhibition. Cool, okay. He never really changed. I know. But it was surprisingly nice. Catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Faye. I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. You know what? Try adding milk to the ingredients you already have. Alright. You know what to do. So what? Tea, ginger, milk is what we're doing, I think. Hang on, I'm gonna cheat and look it up because I've already tried this too many times and I want the cat back. You and me both, Steve. You and me both. Okay. For some reason I hadn't tried milk with the mixture before. I don't know why. Oh, hang on. Reset. So it's tea, milk, ginger, brew. Galahad. There we go. Serve it. Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I can help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh. Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Ugh, those 2 bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I'd had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? We're trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. God, that's a mood. Remembering your address when you're fucking trashed is really not fun or a good time. It's extremely hard to do. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the Mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money. So I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the university is sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me they counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So, how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed... Hyde. I preferred if we skipped that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. Yeah, that's totally fine. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say, something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Fae. I'd like to order something now, okay? What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Okay. Lord almighty. Are we trying to get, like, the same level of warm and cool? Is that what we're doing? Okay, that's not right. Okay, no, that's too cool. Reset. It makes it extremely cool. Okay, that's not gonna work. Reset. Tea, honey. Huh. Lemon? That seems alright. Here's your order. Exactly what I wanted. There we go. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. I forgot to put the overlay back. Hey, Rosenthorn Ranger. I think you might be a first-time chat. Hang on, let me check. Yep, first-time chat. Sorry, I didn't see you at first. I didn't have my overlay on from Twitch. Oh shit, and I'm being raided too. Hi. Hi, welcome to Coffee Talk. Speak of the devil. Provitas. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Hi everyone. Welcome in, welcome to stream. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you. It's good to see you too, Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? Okay, fucking step off, Freya. He's trying to be nice. She can be kind of a lot sometimes. That won't work on me. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work? How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Fae my draft. And I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff. And I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admitting life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you do there. Freya's the type who buys one coffee and then drinks it extremely slowly so they can hog a seat all day. Yeah, literally. She's just there for hours. Typical writer. And I say that as a writer. It's pretty boring to talk about. Mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations. I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like biz dev for people's lives, then. You could say that. I don't know what that means. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. It's just, she's basically me, that's okay. Yeah. As long as you're actually buying something, I don't think there's anything wrong with sitting in a coffee shop all day. I'm working on stuff. Sorry, I have to stretch. Ooh, stretch. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway, yeah. And some people don't want to talk about their jobs outside of work, because... Yeah, because not everyone likes their job, or they find it boring, or they're exhausted by, like, hours upon hours of working, and they don't want to, like, leave and come home and then talk about said job that they just spent hours doing. I have to reset the overlay, it's covering the entire screen. Hang on. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep a hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. He needs to be a bit less loyal, though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait. 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy. Ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me new positions. Mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. I hated talking about my jobs, even the ones I liked. Yeah, it's just not fun unless you want to complain about people. Like, unless you have bad stories, like you want to shit, like when I used to work retail, I'd love to like shit talk customers to people after I got off work, but other than that, that's shocked phased. Oh yeah. The expressions are very animated in this game. I read that already. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you gonna stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around, Fae. And you, Freya. See you. Take care on your way. But when I was in my healthcare job, people were interested until I told them things that would make them want to barf. Yeah, sometimes, some stories are not to be told. It's kind of hard to believe. Someone like Gala could be your best friend. Well, opposites attract or whatever, sometimes. But within reason. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So how'd you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story? Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Oh great, I don't have to witness all of this again. They're gonna cut through time. Whoa! I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why'd he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. Yeah, I can imagine. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He literally just said he's not comfortable talking about it. Freya's so fucking nosy sometimes. Freya usually looks so perky, not like everyone else, yeah. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, that's why it shouldn't be a thing. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength. So he did work that relied on his muscle. Yeah, I can see that. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma, though, right? Of course not. It was the only thing he could do. Or at least, it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle. Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet. So, no personal feelings. I needed his strength. But then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person. That's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprises there. But I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions. Yeah, because that shit's confidential, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me. And not so long after that, he started working at the hospital. And he's been Oh, the alien's back. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil. Yes. Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. I get what you mean. Oh, it's Elon Musk again. Yeah, royal we are the Neil. Yeah, I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. You could definitely say that. And you, sir? Hyde. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Ooh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Where'd you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Arimi Gendru album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we were doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. Are those stars outside his visor, or did he just sneeze inside his helmet? I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be stars. Or like planet reflections, or whatever. But before that, let us order something from our barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise. We doubt you'll be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. So how does Neil drink? Well, last time he, drank through his finger. Alright, so let me practice the, fake, masala chai. There we go, masala chai. Serve it. A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the? Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking. That's how they drink. Ooh boy. You're one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? That is an incredibly loaded question, Freya. Us? We are travelers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date. Well, in a very heteronormative, cisnormative way, yeah. And I remember Sarah yesterday critiquing the recipes. Yeah, that's not how you make masala chai. It's with milk and cinnamon and ginger and tea. You can't make it with 3 ingredients, but alas, that's the situation we have found ourselves in this game. All the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. Turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Hey, that's not pervy. Or at least not that pervy, depending on how you go about it. Huh. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand. But we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We're sorry, but that is classified information. Oh, man. Well, how's the mission going so far? I cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are. Not many women can handle that. Could you handle them, though? Or could you handle them, though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I won't be surprised if you decide to go on a date. Or maybe go further. If it got you a good story. Wow. Shots were fired. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong, though. I'd go on a date with them. But I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Wow, let's not make assumptions about people based on their appearance. That's rude. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or my husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of these terms before. Let's check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it. We don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Okay, that's not true. They have way too much control over us. This is not fucking true. Okay, so we don't even have an overpopulation problem. It's like... I hate when it's presented that way, because it's like... It's fucking... climate change. It's colonialism. It's like the way that we've like damaged the earth and like fucking stripped and abused it. Like there aren't too many people. The people just aren't respecting and having like a good relationship with the land the way they're supposed to, the way like indigenous people did before like frickin' Europeans came along and then like colonized Canada and the US and then started like fucking everything up. Like, it's not about overpopulation. It's so much like deeper than that. Not to mention some races live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, are there? They can be strictly enforced. And they can be strictly enforced. A lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will. We thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. It depends. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. Well, it depends on the person. And, like, these situations are highly political. They aren't just like, oh, like, people on Earth are stupid. Anyways, we learned so much today. But we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I was just going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating, boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow. The breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. Neil's pickup lines need work, yeah. So I was talking about this last stream with Sarah about the way that sci-fi is written to be very often like reinforced. Alien races often have like feelings or like ideas about like procreation, gender norms, relationships, etc., that reinforce like the heteronormative, cis-normative like colonial understandings of like how gender and sexuality and relationships are supposed to work, even though like it seems ridiculous that aliens would like have those exact same norms because like they don't exist like in a vacuum, you know? So we talked about using condoms. But how do your kind of sex? Like seeing how you drink. A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that. We cannot tell you all the details. Unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Especially the mental part. We did our research. And we tried it on the testing object we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you've given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We're not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed, after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. Neil is basically dressed in a full-body condom. Yeah. Myself summary, veteran now working in the hospital. God, I can't read. Wait. We have a new brew pad. Galahad, masala chai, and Russian tea. fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now. What I'm currently doing with my life, a model, past stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Great. Lovely. We love to see it. And by love, I mean we hate to see it. Okay, what else we got? Oh, Neil. Neil made a profile. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. And Freya was being pretty nosy, to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. You know, you could just stop causing trouble. It is your decision. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation. Unless it really piques his interest. Or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow. So I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Heh. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks.